Join us at Digital Impact Philippines, the ultimate conference for digital marketing, SEO, website design, YouTube SEO, and much more. Connect with industry experts, gain valuable insights, and take your digital strategies to the next level. Don't miss out on this opportunity to grow and innovate in the digital world. You can purchase a ticket on our website
www.digitalimpactphilippines.com.
Join us now.
Presenting your one-stop shop for SEO and virtual assistant services. SEO, GMB, link building, content creation, web design, virtual assistants, and more. Rank Fortress SEO and VA Agency. Enjoy 40 to 70 off for our services. Rank Fortress SEO and VA Agency. The best white label platform for SEOs, agencies, and freelancers.
Welcome to Rank Fortress, your blueprint for real-world SEO mastery. At Rank Fortress Academy, we don't teach theory, we teach what works. Founded by William Jones and Rowena Jones, a globally recognized SEO strategist. Our academy was built to give marketers, entrepreneurs, and business owners access to the exact systems that rank websites and generate real revenue. Whether you're a beginner looking to break into the digital marketing world or a seasoned professional tired of fluff-filled courses, this is where you sharpen your skills. We cover everything from local SEO, Google Business Profile optimization, and on-page content silos to advanced YouTube SEO strategies, backlink building, and client acquisition tactics. With over 80-plus SEO virtual assistants trained using this same framework and a proven track record of ranking hundreds of businesses. Join Rank Fortress Academy and take control of your digital future.
I am here with the man Jason, and he is the #1 SEO, in my opinion, in the Philippines, especially technical SEO. And he's going to be at Digital Impact in Surigao City, 2025. It is June 29th, June 30th, and July 1st. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure to go to digitalimpactphilippines.com and get your tickets. Could you introduce yourself to us, Jason? Tell us a little bit about yourself and all that jazz and how you got started in SEO.
Yeah, so I'm Jason. I've been doing SEO for the past maybe 15 years. I started back in February 2010. So yeah, I think more or less 15 years in the business. And I think what really catapulted my career in SEO was back in 2010 when I started blogging about SEO. And I actually didn't expect for it to be popular. Nonetheless, being more popular abroad than here in the Philippines. And through that experience, I think I really put myself in a position where I can actually kind of put the Philippines in the map of our international SEO scene, allowing more people here, particularly in the small community of SEOs back then here in the Philippines, to actually maybe thrive or become known as the ones who don't really engage in black hat style of SEO. Well, that was the kind of my objective before when I was still active in blogging. And then now I'm mostly a consultant. I still run we have a small agency, which is Average.io, and we mainly cater to enterprise level campaigns. Majority of our clients are either fintech or B2B SaaS companies. And
Mm.
around 70% of our clients are brands who operate outside of the Philippines, and around maybe 25% brands who are targeting the Philippine audience, mostly banks and other financial institutions.
Hmm. Why do you think it is? Because I know you said this earlier too. It's like, why do you think it is that most Philippine business owners are not aware of search engine optimization? They're aware of Facebook ads, but they're not really aware of, hey, I want to be found on Google when someone's looking for, let's say financial consultant Makati.
Yeah, I think here in the Philippines, it's more of a cultural. I mean, the reason behind it is more cultural since a lot of times before, when we try to search or maybe look for a service, we tend to ask our peers or our own network to see if we
Mhm.
can get services from a friend of a friend. But of course, right now it's gaining traction, the actual search. Although I think in the Philippines, it's more of a social approach, particularly for physical products, wherein, and even with restaurants or hotel accommodations, a lot of the younger generations prefer searching for those through social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. But for B2Bs, I think the research phase or the journey of decision makers when it comes to looking for certain services is more stringent. So
Mm.
it involves a lot of research, mainly using search engines like Google or sometimes YouTube. So unlike in the States, where I think back in the early 2000s, we're in using Google as a means to find products and services has been quite the norm,
Yeah.
which is quite different here. But I think it started back in 2015, and of course, it has been amplified more when COVID happened, wherein people are more and more using Google, other search engine platforms, but mainly focus on shopping, like
Mm.
Shopee, Lazada. So those
And that's
are
one thing
actually
I just
search
wanted to
engines.
like
Yeah.
shop.
Hey students, are you ready to stop watching success from sidelines and finally be part of it?
This is your exclusive chance to join the most powerful conference in the country, Digital Impact Philippines 2025, happening this June 29, 30, and July 1, 2025 in Surigao City.
Connect with the CEO pros, AI innovators, business mentors, and creators who are changing the game right here in the Philippines.
No fluff, no boring lectures, just pure, real-world strategies, live demos, and insider secrets that you won't learn in school.
Secure your tickets today and get access to both days of learning, networking, and growth at a discounted rate.
Buy your tickets now at digitalimpactphilippines.com and see you on June 29, 30, and July 1. See you there!
Shopee, Lazada, and then Facebook Marketplace, and going
Yeah.
Facebook Lives and selling that way and stuff. So they're not really used to the, if you will, Google aspect of it. That's why for me, it's still very much you can make a lot of money here in the Philippines doing it. I mean, you can come into you can come into an area and pretty much dominate the area within a few months for local SEO, which is what I do. Not so much
Yeah.
enterprise SEO, or if you will, even with national, we do some national SEO in the States, but very few. Mainly, it's extremely hard. I mean,
Yeah, very
versus
true.
local is a different algorithm, and I'll give it that, but it's a much easier. I can generally tell someone within 3 months I'll have you in the top three of Google, and I say that mainly because I've done it long enough to know what needs to be done. Now, I will never say that for national. Never.
Yeah,
It will not happen.
different ball game entirely.
Totally different ball game. So, and you know, everything's changing, especially, I mean, even with me, I've kind of noticed my habits anymore too, is Chat GPT or
Yeah,
AI in general. Google just added, I believe, the AI tab as well, for search.
yeah,
So, and I know a lot of SEOs are kind of getting pretty, either scared or freaking out. You go on the forums and all you hear is about that and some other things. What do you think has changed when it comes to AI and the SEO game in your expertise with, if you will, enterprise level SEO? It's not really hit so much. I mean, blogging it's hit. For me, enterprise, national, it's hit. But when it comes to products, it's hit it. But when it comes to local SEO, it hasn't hit it as much, but it's starting to.
yeah. Well, that for enterprise, it definitely hit a lot of bigger websites. I mean, over the past 12 months, we shifted our overall strategy towards uh, investing or rebuilding the existing content marketing efforts that have been done over the past 5 years or
Mhm.
so, since majority of bigger websites, particularly those for in the enterprise level, have invested a lot in content marketing in the past. Like it was the go-to strategy for SEO, like creating a lot of topic clustering campaigns. But now the the biggest change is that you're actually competing right now with AI overviews, wherein
Yeah.
almost 60% of search results for informational, even navigational intent search queries are being
Yeah, I mean,
populated with
you
AI
can even
overviews.
post best, let's say best Caribbean or Cuban restaurant near me.
Yeah,
It will give you 3 or 4 different actual restaurants in the area and tell you why.
yeah,
And but for me, even with that, it's just like Facebook. For me, even with Facebook, TikTok, all of them to me, I've always looked at branding as SEO and SEO as
yeah,
branding. And if you do it correctly, you will appear in the top for Facebook, you'll appear in the top for TikTok, and you'll appear in the top even with AI.
yeah.
You can still appear there. It's just by doing. I know you do a lot of technical and a lot of link building, I believe. And
Yeah,
more authority you have, of course, you're going to pop up into the AI summaries and Chat GPT and other
yeah,
AI or long language systems as well. So um, I'm always curious about that, and that sort of thing. How do you think SEO? Because I know a lot of people are like, we'll say, okay, you run an agency. The first question in the Philippines is usually, oh, you're a BPO, and I tell them no. And then we've also had people ask us, do you do offshore gaming or whatever it's called? And tell them, no, we don't do none of that. We
yeah,
do web design and SEO, virtual assistant services, which is usually like customer service, email, backlink building, stuff like
yeah.
that. So how do you believe that SEO has changed your life? Because I know you're not a single dude, you're married, you get kids, all that stuff. So how do you believe it has affected your life, your love of your life, and your kids and everything?
Yeah.
Because it's not just, well, I try to tell people it's not just about yourself, it's about in the Philippines. If you believe that the Philippines is a developing nation or third world country, when you have this ability to learn SEO, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping the generations after you.
Yeah. Definitely helped shape my entire life. I mean, every aspect of my life have changed ever since I started doing SEO. even with I mean, with the financial side, it pays a lot. Like you can stay here in the Philippines, stay at your home working, and you're still earning like more than the average salary of an American. Let's say I think
Sure.
in the US, I think the average salary is around 40 to 60K per year. But
Yeah,
with that,
in the States, you need to earn, you need to be married. What most people, you need to be
yeah,
married. Most people get married just for the financial benefit.
yeah,
They don't even get married out of love. They get married because I get tax benefits, and I need to be married just to actually pay my bills. So the average household, you need to have two people making at least 40 to 60,000 just to survive, not even
wow,
to actually enjoy
yeah.
yourself or go on vacation. Or any of that. It's like, and you can make that good money over here. You can make 1,000,000 pesos, 2 million, 3 million a year,
Yeah.
doing and not having my biggest thing was because my wife Rowena was an OFW. She left our daughter, when she was only a few months old to go work abroad and then send money back in.
Yeah.
And for me, it's people like yourself. You build a business, and then on top of building a business, I'm sure you have staff. And then when you have staff, you're also helping them and helping their families and stuff
Yeah.
of that nature. So, um, but we're going to be at Digital Impact Philippines here in Surigao City. What is your topic?
So I decided to talk more about my journey as an SEO consultant. So it would be on a just quick step-by-step guide on how to become a world-class consultant.
Mm,
And I'm actually framing my topic as to a mental exercise on what are the things that I would do in case I need to restart. Like if ever I need to do everything all over again,
if you
what are the
lost
things?
everything, what would
Yeah,
Jason?
yeah. I mean, what are the things that I've learned from the past that I would repeat and the ones that I wouldn't try
Amen.
again? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a better topic for you. I
Yeah,
think you have more.
everybody talks about, if you will, everybody wants to say, well, these are the things I would do, because everybody looks at you and they're like, oh, you're a big time SEO guy. You probably have never made any mistakes. And then, but the reality is, you probably made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
And
for
there's a
sure.
lot of things you would not do again.
Yeah,
And the same thing even with me. So it's a lot of things you learn over time, but it's also, I have to tell people I don't live with regrets, mainly because the things that we've went through and the struggles you go through, it's what makes you who Jason is today. It's what makes who William is today. There was
yeah,
even a saying I seen earlier. It says, most people don't want success. They don't want the process. They want the end result.
yeah.
They don't
True.
want to go through the process, but the process is what teaches you who deserves to be with you in the end result.
Yeah, very
Because
true.
the process, you're talking learning different things. What would you do or not do? That's a lot of times what a lot of people don't understand. What if you didn't have an email list? What if you didn't have contacts? What if you didn't have none of that stuff? What would you do? What's most important to you? So I know you're doing consulting. You're in an enterprise SEO. So, and this is the number one question I get. I don't know if you get it as well, but how does Jason get leads for SEO? Because you're based in the Philippines, you're a
Yeah,
Filipino, and everybody, well, you don't look like the typical international guy, so obviously you have all these things against you. Why would someone want to hire you
yeah.
versus an SEO in the States?
Yeah, so before my portfolio was my blog. I mean, I did a lot of case studies before. So uh, back then, around 100, maybe 100% of our inquiries comes from my blog. But
Mm,
now I think the last time I was active writing was back in 2016, I think, or 2017. But during those years, we've been receiving a lot of inquiries through referrals.
mm.
So we've had a lot of clients who have been with us for a decade. So we're getting a lot of interested companies who want to work with us because they already know our background, what sorts of industries we specialize
Essentially, a
in.
lot of it is do really good. You get your first client, and once you got your first couple of clients, you do a really good job. You
Yeah,
get case studies, and then once you do that, a lot of those clients will stay with you. I have clients that have been with this for over a decade as well.
yeah,
It's like, and then once they're happy, generally you get one person happy, then they just start referring people out to you, especially business owners.
yeah,
Agencies, not so much.
yeah.
Because
Actually,
agencies,
if you
once they know you're really good, they're like a lot of times, especially local, they want to keep you to themselves.
yeah.
Uh,
And
unless
they know that
unless their friend is in a different niche, then they'll give you up.
yeah. Actually, yeah. If you're working with a lot of other agencies who are outsourcing work for
Yeah.
you to you, they eventually think that you're a potential competitor. So
Yeah.
better to have you out of the picture. But yeah, since I've worked with a lot of founders, particularly in the tech space, that's where we actually get more of our clients. And in fact, my first ever client is still a client of mine until now. So I've been
Wow.
working with them for 15 years.
Over 15 years. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Most people, I mean, in local, the bad thing with local, I would say versus enterprise is most people in local, they want you to rank them. And if they know that you can do it, let's say 3 to 6 months after that period of time, they're gone.
yeah,
You know, unless they have a really good business mindset, which is they come in, you rank this location, then they build out another location, another
yeah,
location, another location, and franchise model, then that's totally different, which is what we like working with is multi-location,
yeah,
or taking over multiple cities and stuff like that. But then you get a lot of them that just don't. But enterprise, I would think, A, it's going to take much longer. And then B, once you do a really good job, it's not something you can just do at one time and then you're just going to stay on the top of the Google searches
yeah,
forever. You're not even going to do that with local, but you'll do it more so with local than you will with, international or national or enterprise level. So, well, I mean, I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you again here in Surigao. Once again, if you haven't got your tickets, make sure to get your tickets. It's digitalimpactphilippines.com. It is June 29th, 30th, and July 1st. Therefore, you can come out and meet Jason, myself, and we got MJ Lopez. Want to appreciate and thank our sponsors as always. And until next time, well, you have a good one and be blessed. Have a good day. Appreciate you, Jason.
thank you.
Hey students! Are you ready to stop watching success from sidelines and finally be part of it?
This is your exclusive chance to join the most powerful conference in the country, Digital Impact Philippines 2025, happening this June 29, 30, and July 1, 2025 in Surigao City.
Connect with the CEO pros, AI innovators, business mentors, and creators who are changing the game right here in the Philippines.
No fluff, no boring lectures, just pure, real-world strategies, live demos, and insider secrets that you won't learn in school.
Secure your tickets today and get access to both days of learning, networking, and growth at a discounted rate.
Buy your tickets now at digitalimpactphilippines.com and see you on June 29, 30, and July 1.